Hello and welcome to your reading. If you're looking for a change or feeling lost and confused or just uncertain, flustered, frustrated about how to move forward or even how to get that change, this reading's for you. This is what the reading's about, and we're going to start by finding out exactly where we are and how we got here. As important as it is, to be solution focused, it is also important to know where you're starting from. Because the starting spot can also give you clues as to where you need to go. So digging right in, the first card that flew was, if no you out there, get out there. So this is pretty much a reminder that if you don't see other people doing it, it's okay, because you're the one that's meant to do it. Then we have, I'll be at the other end of the universe acting strange. So I feel like we're getting called out to be ourselves here. Because I feel like right now it's one of those things where you're too worried about what other people are thinking. But let's see what still happens here. Every timeline exists. Choose one to move toward. That's beautiful. And then we have, forever and wherever you will go. The choice is always yours to vibrate high or vibrate low. Okay. So right off the bat, I feel like what we're dealing with has to do with the fact that we are holding ourselves back. We're too worried about trying to get approval or permission right now, and that is not needed. What's needed is for you to be being yourself and being unique and knowing that the version of you that you already want to have already exists. It's something that's so ingrained to you that it's already out there. It's just a matter of you choosing to become it now. Easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, oh, become a millionaire and then the millions are going to show up in your bank account. What I am saying is it's one of those where forever and wherever you go, you will get the choice. Are you going to choose to be the person, the version of you that you want to be, or are you going to continue to be the version of you of who you are? And that's what this card is getting to. Yes, it says that you have the choice to choose between high or low vibration, but that doesn't matter as much as it does what decisions you make. Because I don't always get to choose when I'm sad. I don't always get to choose when I'm angry, but what I do get to choose is how I handle it and what I do with it. So right now, we're really being called to ask to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, are we giving ourselves the ability to be and do what it is that we want to do right now? Not waiting for permission, not waiting to see someone else do it, but you being the one to do it right now. Let's see what the cards have to say. Because the tarot cards are pretty good at being like, this is what needs to happen, or this is what's holding us back. So let's find out what more they have to say about this situation. So I kind of want to know, why we're feeling stuck. What is causing this feeling of I have to get permission from somebody else? All right, first card, the Hangman. So first and foremost, I feel like this is something that you just recently realized about yourself. This isn't something that you've been trying to do for a long time now. And what I mean by it for a long time, more than a year. This is something where the realization may have just hit you yesterday, or it could have hit you a couple months from now. Or maybe even a year. But what I'm getting at here is when I get the Hangman is all about you learn something new. What do I mean by that? I mean, you slipped on a banana peel, you fell on the floor, you looked up underneath your kitchen table for the first time and you realize there's a huge crack in it. And you can either choose to do something about the crack, or you can choose to do nothing. But the fact that there's still a crack in the table is still there. And the fact that this is reversed, because the words are reversed, that's how I know. The fact that this is reversed, is one of those things where you're having a great resistance to this. You are I don't really know that I want to even, know about that crack in the table. I don't know that I can even do anything about it. I'm just going to continue using it until it breaks, because that seems like the right thing to do. But is it really the right thing to do? Next card, Seven of Swords. Ooh, deception. If you're in my world, you know this means self-deception. Whenever I see the Seven of Swords, I know that what this is about you convincing yourself, A, that you're not good enough, B, that you're not smart enough, or C, that everything is okay when it's not. Seven of Swords being about intellect is about you trying to deceive yourself into believing something that's not what it really is. Because if you deceive yourself, then it's okay. It's kind of like that fake it till you make it thing, which isn't really the best advice, to be honest, because, you know, fake it till you make it sounds good, but you can't fake pushing yourself through burnout. You can't fake the fact that you need to get rest. There are things that you still need, very physical things that you need, and there's some things that you just can't trick yourself into. Ace of Wands, I told you that whatever this new discovery was, is that it was recent, and this Ace of Wands is confirmation of that, even if it's in reverse position, because aces are always about new beginnings, and even in its reverse position, there's still a new beginning. And when I have the Ace of Wands, that is literally telling me that you have found some new type of creation, idea, passion, desire, drive to create something unique and beautiful, but you're scared. And you're letting all those thoughts, all the what ifs, could have, should have, maybes, no one else is doing it, I can't do it, I can't be it, and you're just letting it all smother and smother that inspiration, that excitement, that desire to burn and be, and all that's left is an ember. But in order to get that fire go back, you just need to release the doubts, the fears, the insecurities. You can do that by journaling. You can do that by talking to a friend. You can do that by screaming into the void or your car, whatever works. You need to allow those doubts and fears to release, so that way you can be the you that needs to be out there, and you can be existing on the timeline that you want to be. And remember that this is 100% your choice. All right, now we're going to ask Universe, what can help us release these fears, these doubts? What can help us to gain the confidence to move forward and to follow through with whatever that initial dream, hope, thought, wish, inspiration was? Because whatever it was meant for you to follow through to do. Sovereignty. Okay, so that's awesome. That's pretty much just saying that you have the ability to do and create whatever it is that you want. It is all within you. You have full control and full reign over yourself and the situation, and you're the one that can make the change. You're the one that can call the shots. Release. All right. I mean, I literally said you needed to release those doubts and fears, so this feels a little bit like a redundant card, but card wants you to hear, the spirit wants you to hear it again. Spirit wants you to hear it again. Ooh, power. Okay, so this is pretty cool because it's the full moon and it's got power behind it, yes. But the thing about the full moon is the full moon is one of those things that most people are like, oh, that's when everyone goes crazy. Yeah. The full moon is 100% out to help us shine light on things that we need to see. And when you can see clearly, there is power in that. But on top of that power, we also have sovereignty. And it's another full moon card. Like, she's holding a full moon. So, actually that's a planet there too. But still, my point being that when I see this card, when I see this combination of cards, it's telling me that you have all the tools, you have all the resources. Maybe this will solve itself by the next full moon. Maybe you will find yourself a different person. But what we need to do, what we need to really grasp into, is we need to give ourselves the ability to understand that we have the power, because we get to make the choices. We get to choose what it is that we want. We get to choose if we're going to stay on the current timeline and the unhappiness that we have, or if we're going to make decisions that are going to help us jump to the timeline that we already know exists, where we're succeeding doing the things that we want to be doing. The choice is yours. Are you going to act, or are you going to continue to resist and ignore the fact that you know something and convince yourself that it's not true or it's not good enough just because other people aren't already doing it? All right, this message has been extremely straightforward. I don't really have too much to go off of to tell you anything new, other than the fact that, again, you have the resources, you have the tools. So I'm just asking for Spirit to give some type of affirmation, to give us something to help, like, just boost your confidence. Something that resonates in a way that's going to help you understand and even release some of that smoke that's keeping those embers down, that's keeping you stuck in place, that's keeping you from trusting yourself. Ooh. Power just got flung across the table. Do something kind for someone without any expectation. Okay, that's beautiful. Not only is like this card telling us that, you know, going out of our way to do something for someone else is, you know, nice. It's also one of those things too, where a lot of times the answer is when we get out of our own head and we actually do things. So I feel like that's a twofold message, and I love that. Your life is special. Treat it with loving care. I'm sorry. Your life is so special. Treat it with loving care. Yeah, your life really is special, and you might not feel special. You might be in a completely shitty situation right now. I get it. I've been there, done that. You know, in my own way, I'm still trying to come out of one. And it's one of those things where you can choose to treat yourself in a terrible way and, you know, be upset that terrible things are happening to you. Or you can choose to be kind to yourself and treat yourself in a loving way, so that way your body starts to understand, you know, good things can come to me and I can give myself love. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. That 100% wraps up this whole message of clearing that smoke, so that way you can get to that passion, that fire, desire, drive. The fact that you have the choices, the fact that you need to release, that you have the choices. This card just beautifully wraps it all up. And I feel like maybe part of the answer really is, if you can't get rid of the mental clutter, clear some of that physical clutter. Clean your house a little bit. Do some dishes. Do the laundry. Take out the trash. I don't know. Vacuum your living room. Like, whatever you need to do to help get rid of that clutter. Because getting rid of that clutter, even though it's physical clutter and you're like, Kirsten, I need to get rid of the mental clutter, trust me, there's a connection. Your space is often a reflection of what the inside of your mind looks like. And if your outer space looks cluttered and confused and disastrous, explains why your, you know, mind's that way, why what's going on the inside is the same way. So give yourself the chance to just, you know, clear a space. It doesn't have to be a whole room. If that's too overwhelming, clear like a counter or clear a part of your room, and then just let yourself feel the difference and let yourself feel how good it is to have that space clean. That's your reading for today. If you would like more information about how to get the clear space, or how to get that inspiration from a, you know, smoldering ember to an actual blazing fire, there's a link in the description below for private readings. If you have any other questions and you don't want a private reading, you can always ask it in the comments below. I will respond. That's all I have for you today. I thank you so much for coming to your reading, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.